If you are a qualified coach, but you are struggling to stand out in a sea full of other coaches who seem to do exactly what you do, then in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did to both stand out in my industry and grow my coaching business. Now, if we haven't met, hey, I'm Nathan, and I went from a struggling vocal coach to growing my coaching business to $5,000 plus per month, working less than 8 hours a week while I was full-time employed. Since then, I've worked with over 1,000 coaches to help them grow their coaching businesses, and here is what I have learned. It is not enough to be a great coach, especially if you are positioned as a generic coach. So, what is a generic coach? Well, it's one of many. You're a life coach, you're a fitness coach, you're a business coach, you're a mindset coach, you're a health and wellness coach. Yes, this is a type of coach, but positioning yourself this way makes you one of many. What's the problem with that? Well, being positioned as one of many is what will force you to compete on price, because this is what will be going through your ideal clients' minds. Why should I go with this life coach as opposed to that life coach? You're a commodity. Why should I go with this fitness trainer as opposed to going with that fitness trainer? When you position yourself as one of many, you force yourself to compete on price. And competing on price is a race in which the winner actually loses the most money in this case, because you will be consistently lowering your prices to land a client. You do not want to do this. Now, the approach most coaches take to solving this problem is to double down on their skill and expertise. So they're going to get another qualification. Maybe they just need to stay in the market long enough so that they get many more years of experience. Here's the problem with this. Your ideal clients don't care or appreciate your skill and expertise. When was the last time you walked into a doctor's practice and asked to see his or her qualifications or years of experience? It never happens that way. What you care about is solving your problem. You see, the thing about trying to improve your skill and expertise is this. When it comes to being a coach, that is the prerequisite. It is not what's going to help you differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Being a life coach when someone wants a life coach is your right to compete for the client in the first place. It is not why the clients will choose to go with you. And then let's assume that you're a life coach. It is highly likely that every other life coach out there has got the exact same qualifications as you. But more importantly, it's also possible that there are life coaches out there with more qualifications than you. The same thing is true for experience. The same thing is true for expertise. Going to the marketplace and leading with your skill and expertise will not cause you to stand out in your industry, but will force you to compete as a generic coach, thus forcing you to lower your prices to land clients. You want to avoid this at all costs. Hey coach, quick reminder. If you know you have value to offer the marketplace, but you are struggling to grow your coaching business, then I would like to invite you to join my private online community, the Coaching Hub. When you join, not only will you get access to more than 1,000 coaches who are all in the community to both grow their coaching business and connect with other coaches who are there to do the same, but you will also get access to the Profitable Coach Roadmap. Now, this is my 3-day online training that will show you exactly how to lay the firm foundation on which all profitable coaching businesses are built. Because coach, no amount of sales and marketing can make up for a poor business foundation. You can both join the community and get access to the training for free. I look forward to connecting with you. Now let's get back to the video. Now the opposite is also true. When you do stand out in your industry and you are clearly differentiated from other coaches who seem to do exactly what you do, well, you become the only obvious option to help your ideal clients achieve their desired outcome. You don't chase clients, they chase you to work with you because they already believe that you can help them solve their problems. You can charge much more money. This is important because the more people pay, the more they pay attention. I think you get the point. It is very important for you to differentiate yourself in your industry, otherwise you will be forced to compete on price. Now, how do you go about differentiating yourself in the marketplace so that you do not get lost in a sea full of other coaches who seem to do exactly what you do? Here's exactly what I did to differentiate myself in my market, and it's the same framework I use with all my coaching clients. To stand out in your industry, you must couple or pair your skill and expertise with your story and your lived experience. We've already covered this. Not only is it possible that there are coaches out there who have the exact same skill and expertise and experience as you do, but it's very likely that there are people who have more skill, expertise, and experience than you do. But when you present the marketplace with your story and your lived experience, no one else can copy that. Not AI, not any other coach. Only you have lived through your transformation. Now, this is only true if you are the proof of the process you preach. And if it is true, then leading with your skill and expertise is actually doing you more harm than helping you. Instead, you must present the marketplace with something only you can offer: your story. Now, there are 4 elements you need to put in place to couple your skill and expertise with your story and your lived experience. The first is your painful past. You must uncover what your painful past is. Why is this important? Well, when your painful past is your ideal client's current experience of life, then telling your story will allow them to relate with you and form a healthy emotional connection to you. Why? Because they'll say, John gets it. Sue understands what it's like to be where I'm at. Deep cries out to deep. When you can describe your ideal client's darkest pain and deepest desires better than they can, they will naturally assume you have the solution to the problem. So that's the first element. You need to uncover what your painful past is. Go into the recesses of your mind and think back to when you were at your lowest as it relates to the problem your coaching program solves. When you can do that, you have uncovered your painful past. The next thing you want to do is unpack what your old beliefs and harmful behaviors were. So, how did you get into that position in the first place? And once you were in that bad state, what did you do that kept you there? Why did you believe what was going on was going on? Whose fault was it? Who did you blame? Did you take responsibility for it, and why? Why is this important? Well, your old beliefs and harmful behaviors are your ideal client's current beliefs and behaviors. The third element to uncover is what was the belief shift you had to make for change to take place. Now, this doesn't have to be the point at which things started changing for the better, but it is the point at which you could not go back to seeing the problem the same way again. This belief shift that you made is the exact belief shift that your ideal clients need to make. It is the epiphany moment that is needed. And finally, you want to clearly describe what your life looks like now as it relates to the problem your coaching program solves. Why is this important? You see, when your current state of life as it relates to the problem your coaching program solves is your ideal client's desired future life, you will drive the maximum value for the market and they will reciprocate the monetary value in exchange. These 4 elements make up your story and your lived experience. When you take this to the market and you present this as, I am not just Nathan, the business coach, but I am Nathan, the business coach with a painful past, old limiting beliefs and harmful behaviors. I had an epiphany moment, and this is my life as it stands right now, related to the problem my coaching program solves. Yes, for sure, there will be a group of people who say, I don't resonate with your story and I do not aspire to be where you are right now, and that's totally fine. All clients are not a good fit for your coaching business, but there will be a subsect of the market who's like, oh my hat, this person gets it. That's exactly where I am right now, and I would do and give anything to get to where that person is now. How do I get the help? When you lead with your story and experience, you'll go from competing as one of many to dominating as one of one, because while in competitions you can become number one, your story and your lived experience make it so that you are the only one. Now, if you made it this far in the video, first of all, more power to you. Most people have the attention span of a goldfish. I respect you for making it this far. So I've got something for you. If you would like my help in going from one of many where you are forced to compete on price, to standing out as one of one where you command respect in the marketplace, you're positioned as an expert, you can charge higher prices, and that is what leads to you building a both highly profitable business but also a very beautiful business. You now have the opportunity to book a free 45-minute one-on-one coaching session with me called the Profitable Coach Audit and Action Plan. On this call, we'll look at your business through the lens of sales, marketing, and fulfillment to identify what constraints exist that are preventing your business from growing. Because it's this simple. If we remove those constraints, you will grow your business. And then, based on what we discover, I will give you a tailor-made game plan to go about removing those constraints, which will lead to you growing your coaching business. I will link to that both in the description of this video and in the comments section. If you take nothing else from this video, stop trying to compete as one of many by leading with your skill and expertise. Instead, you want to stand out in your market by coupling your skill and expertise with your story and lived experience. I'll see you in the next video.